So by the time he now accepts that, you know, they make money from the casket, the advert they did. Now they now use Bella Shooter to now cover up. Now this is the deal between them. That auntie, look at what they are hammering on DNA. What can we do to cover up? So let's use Bella. So Bella now agreed to come and do it. He even came out in Punch. That Bella Shooters, whatever, you know. And after that day, the second day, Iyabo now came out just to follow the trend. But people now get upset. What happened is the industry, Wunmi and Naramali and Liam case that killed Mohbad. 4 things. I've been saying this since 2 weeks or 6 weeks ago. It's 4 things that killed Mohbad. He was able to channel himself out of all this trouble and wage war with music with those people. So you know the way Gistlover used to do it. Let me give you one scenario. Gistlover is just there are two people, the writer and the informant.
This needs no translation. All we are going to do here is listen and analyze. And of course, your comment I highly appreciate it. I want you to pay attention to this one from the beginning to the end. If you have never paid attention to any analysis or video on this channel, please do now. Life is full of wickedness. This world is full of wickedness. How do you protect yourself? That is the most important. How do you keep yourself alive? Justice for Mohbad. That is what we are still on to at this moment. That is what we are talking about. You're about to hear some very deep expose. I mean, you should sit back because what you're about to hear will blow your mind. This is to confirm many of the things that we've been saying on this channel. Like I used to tell you, Gistlover is a gistless lover. Gistless lover. Useless blog. Useless blog. When the secret of Gistlover broke out, Gistlover wanted to hide. But the RIP of Mohbad exposed Gistlover. A lot of people thought Gistlover was actually there for the people. Those who were smart enough knew that Gistlover was simply like a three-way system. The writer, informant, and these informants are blackmailers. This brings to light once more what Emeka Ike, actor who spoke recently. If you've been on this channel, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I say tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on what is going on. Emeka Ike mentioned Iyabo and said, anybody associating with certain people and doing certain things are terrorists. Gistlover is a terrorist blog, but has a face of humanity. That's why what you will find out now, Gistlover is doing a lot of giveaway. Simply using the old logic, if you feed the mouth, the eyes will close. Simply put, give and people would speak less about your evil deeds. That's why criminals, wicked people, many of them, I'm not saying all of them, they are into this philanthropy. They take 80 and give out 20. That's how they operate. Gistlover is broken into pieces. Gistlover is useless now. The RIP of Mohbad exposed Gistlover. Let us hear this one and we'll talk more.
Came for Iyabo because she loved money. Tonto Dike, she want money. Now, they now went to go and do the casket advert for that man. But people don't notice that that is advert. They actually use Mohbad to do that advert. And one person now get upset because when that money was paid in a sense that, they made money. But Wunmi wasn't happy. Wow. This thing was going going underground. But when the information came to me, I was like, oh, okay, Abalajo. Then another group member now came out and said, no, if I thought people want to go and be using that one to bury Mohbad, we have our own casket. That is when I say, oh, Idatetive Shele. So there's a fight going on under with this casket. There's a casket case underground in its own. No, nobody knew. Wow. There's another fight going on. But that man actually make advert and he actually trend. he didn't do it like that because the more he did that online, the more he make his money and pay these people. So after they've done that, there's a collusion between them. That's when that secretary, that story has not fully come out, but she will say it one day, I believe. Auntie will say it. So she will now say the reason why they went to casket place. Well, that's the last checkup. So they will say it later. So that's why everybody's scared. Nobody wants to go to Wunmi area anymore. Like, this girl has actually bring us out. We that actually, it's Wunmi case that bring a secretary that actually make all these things started coming out. Tonto Dike has to run to one corner. So when they make that VAT, they make money. Yes, they make money on Mohbad. They actually make money on Mohbad, this issue. So this casket, now the reason why they now conclude with Bella Shooter and said, you know what, Bella Shooter, you are the friend of Mohbad. If you don't put mouth, now with me, this is the deal with me and this girl. That DNA, we don't want to do it. So if you can put your mouth so that they can allow us to go and bury Mohbad. Now Bella, they have to persuade Bella. She made it, Bella still make mistake. He regretted it. He didn't come out again. He regretted it. He thought when he put his mouth, they will now say, okay, let's go and bury. But Iyabo. So by the time he now accepts that, they make money from the casket, the advert they did. Now they now use Bella Shooter to now cover up. Now this is the deal between them. That auntie, look at what they are hammering on DNA. What can we do to cover up? So let's use Bella. So Bella now agreed to come and do it. He even came out in Punch. Now Bella Shooters, whatever, And after that day, the second day, Iyabo now came out just to follow the trend. But people now get upset. What happened is the industry, Wunmi and Naira Marley and Liam case that killed Mohbad. 4 things. I've been saying this since 2 weeks or 6 weeks ago. It's 4 things that killed Mohbad. He was able to channel himself out of all this trouble and wage war with music with those people. So you know the way Gistlover used to do it. Let me give you one scenario. Gistlover is just there are two people. The writer and the informant. The informant is, now I'm a woman. If I sleep with your husband and I have a camera, this is how they make their money. I have my camera and I ask you to come and sleep with me. And you eventually fall into my trap and I camera you the way you're naked. I will stop that camera. I will stop you. I said, no, I'm not interested anymore. I don't want to sleep with you anymore. I'll capture your nakedness. So by the time this lover will now send you email with your nakedness, these are the trick of all of them. When I will now send you your nakedness, you have to pay money. Is it that £5,000 or 10,000? You have to pay it. You don't want your nakedness to go out. Shout out to my sister, Tiwa Savage. When the news came, he said, Kunida, 20 million. Go and put it out there. Put it out there, I don't care. They threatened her for 20 million. Because the person that took that information to Gistlover actually want to do business with them. But Tiwa Savage said, good job. Oh yeah. And they eventually put it out there. Please, when Queen died, who went there to go and sing? Tiwa Savage. She made her money back. That 20 million you say you are asking for, you won't get it. So this is exactly what Gistlover, that is their business. So if you fall into their trap, they will send you your video. And nobody will hear all these things. And that news is still coming next week. All these people that dupe. Yeah, it's coming. Everybody, there's protests going on underground. Everybody just say, see, when you are doing your research, you need to touch some areas that you can get your information. Is that you pay money to get all this thing? Because the person that have that CCTV of Mohbad essentially want money. Some people have interest in that DNA. That's why that DNA is taking longer. At Dubin, somebody have get their hand on that CCTV. I bet you today, I'll confess. But for the father, that thing is still holding, is still hanging. There's a lot of Ebel. The way they begged Baba 2 weeks ago and last week, Baba still telling them, no, could just say, we can't bury Mohbad. No. They've been begging Baba. That's why they generate that anger. She's not supposed to be the one to talk. It's supposed to be about Iyabo. Iyabo has begged Baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad said no. because there's still a lot of things to cover up. And this man said, we want DNA. My fans said they want DNA. It's not me, it's my fans now. Forget about fans, Baba. Let's bury this guy. We know
Yes.
let's bury this guy. Baba said no. Look at how he said want to disgrace Baba. So she now used Abiomo style. That all the stupid or all the lovely women in the house, I know you people are beautiful, but there's some stupid ones. They will now trend into Wunmi the way she said, Papa Mohbad, I know a lot of things about you. Why don't you go to the corona to go and say whatever you are saying now? So everything you are telling us now is fake. Everything is fake. So for you to know that all these things has been planned, Papa Mohbad has the checkup. The table has turned for Papa Mohbad. The table has turned for Papa Mohbad now. So Papa Mohbad has to check up. If Papa Mohbad should just fail. Let me now give you an...
Welcome back. Like I've said, if you've been on this channel, you probably must have watched this video, but I will give you a little snippet into it. There was a time a woman came out, elderly woman. She said she's a relative of Mohbad's father. She lives abroad. She lives abroad, outside of Nigeria. She said certain things about Iyabo and Tonto Dike. And I think a lot of people did not observe when Tonto Dike and Iyabo went to the shop where casket are sold, the casket shop. Their attitude, their demeanor, the way they acted wasn't right. People looked at it, but didn't see nothing. But this woman, an elderly woman, was able to look at this thing. And she's like, hold on a second. How can you go to a shop where casket is sold and you're dancing? Your demeanor, your bearing, your attitude wasn't right with what is on ground. We're talking of a young chap who passed away at the age of 26. We're talking of a young chap that is close to the age or the same age as your own children. That is for Iyabo. Tonto Dike, she's just we can say she will be elder sister to Mohbad. Now, they were wriggling their body and acting like, what is this? Well, they actually had conversation with the seller of the casket, and they said, look, this is going to be big business for you. Give out this casket, which is not something that is bad, for Mohbad, and we are going to promote this because we're going to put this on social media. There is nothing wrong with this one. Since they are getting a free casket for Mohbad, there's no big deal about it. Now, they actually didn't do this because they wanted justice alone. It was more of a vendetta for Iyabo. It was like a two-way attack for Iyabo. One, once Naira Marley is crushed and brought down, it will promote the market of Polo, the elder brother of the P-Square. Nothing is happening with the P-Squares anymore. And Polo has to look for upcoming artists like Mohbad. They took Mohbad to the UK. And some other artists to make money off them, take them abroad, package show, make contacts and all of that. That's what Polo does. That's all he can do. Money is not forthcoming like before. And these guys spend money like water. They splash it. Back in those days, money was just coming in. What can you do with money? They do it with money. But now it's not like how it used to be anymore. And don't forget that back then, one of the P-Square brothers was actually not happy with the way their brother cut money with them, cut the check with them. Like, we do this job. We are the ones actually facing, why are we going to divide money three ways? Now, let's leave that aside. There are other things that Iyabo wasn't happy with. There are certain things that she wasn't happy with. Out of frustration, she opened up and said, I used to send my children to Naira Marley. And I'm kind of looking at it like, does Iyabo children sing? What would make you send your children to Naira Marley? Naira Marley? Like, seriously? Naira Marley, somehow his mother found a way to get him to the UK when he was young. Probably was 12, 13 or thereabout, or 15. They found a way to get him over there to change his life and to change the life of his mother. And he went on the street. That was what he could do. So you send your child to Naira Marley to do what? I don't really get it. Is it to get info, gather information? Because now, from what you heard, there is a connection between Iyabo, of course, Gistlover, Tonto, Dike, and the rest of them. There is a way these guys run the show, like a blackmail thing. I have your picture, I have your video. What's up? And they put it out on social media. Well, here we are today. Justice for Mohbad. How does all of this thing connect? You heard. How does all of this connect? A lot of things connect. And it is so sad. If Mohbad had knew, if his father knew, he would not have allowed any of these things. This press and push, pressure to shine, to be rich, to be famous, to be known. At times, you might not be able to deal with it as you should. Every human being, once you realize that you're becoming richer, you're becoming famous, things are smooth for you, money is coming in, fame is coming in, there is something that is important that you need to do. You must have a place. It could be a room somewhere, a place where you can retire to, that place where you will find your inner self. Many people do not have that place. You need a place to sit and reflect. If you don't, unfortunately, you might be caught up in the wave, in the turmoil. It's so sad. Here we are still talking about justice for Mohbad, and Iyabo, Tonto, Dike, and the rest of them. Their names have been. Their names are coming up. As you can see, Iyabo and Tonto Dike are quiet now. They are quiet because people have been able to see through their smoke screen, their veil. They were actually seeking for justice for Mohbad. No, not at all. They were using this to promote themselves. It's okay. These things don't happen. It's not like it's a big deal. It's not a big deal. But for you to now come out and begin to masquerade and begin to crush, we don't care if you're making money off from anything. That's not the problem. Someone will always make money from something. That's not the problem. The problem is you injecting yourself into justice for Mohbad and saying things like, who should ask for DNA test? They were trying to rubbish the justice that we are talking about. That's what pisses me off. I don't care if you're trying to make money. Anyone can make money. It's okay. But trying to destroy justice for Mohbad, trying to break justice for Mohbad into pieces, we are heading to the right direction. And we are hearing things from Iyabo saying that, I've asked Wunmi, she spoke to me, and I asked her, is she going to avail herself and the son for DNA tests? And she said, no, there's no problem with that. Then later I heard her on another platform saying, if this is to be done, I have asked from legal representatives and the legal luminaries, and they said Mohbad is the legal person to request for DNA. But if in this circumstance he is no longer alive, then Mohbad's father has to go through the legal route. Did he go through the legal route? He did. Was there any response from Wunmi? No. They actually do not want justice for Mohbad. Since Iyabo could not score using this justice for Mohbad, she couldn't score. She wanted to crush Naira Marley. It wasn't possible. Naira Marley is not broke. And money does a lot. Naira Marley also know people through, through certain people. He knows some people too. So here we are today. They tried to manipulate justice for Mohbad, but it didn't work. I don't know what you guys think about this one. Drop your comment, like and share. See you in the next update.